Welcome back to my series on different types of stages. And if this is your first time seeing me, my name is Aisha. I am an actor with over 35 years of experience. Now, if you've seen the other episodes of the series, you might guess which type of space we're going to talk about next. And today it is theater in the round. Since the different types of stages that we've discussed, there's a theme about where the audience sits. In theater in the round, the audience sits everywhere. Here's an example: the playing area right in the center, and the audience is completely surrounding them. So there is no upstage, downstage, left, right. Like the audience is on all sides. This is a photo of the famous Circle in the Square Theater in New York. I have been to this theater a few times when I lived in New York to see some really amazing productions. They also offer a school, so if that is something that you're thinking about doing, great place to see it. But you can go see shows publicly here. Theater in the Round is really fascinating because it takes away a lot of the conventions that you think of, like I mentioned. So where's upstage, where's downstage, where's this, where's the sightlines? You have to really think of everywhere for your venue. Here is another example of theater in the round. Even though they have this little space here, but there's no audience actually in this spot. I mean, you could put some in here, but as you see, it's pretty much all sides that the actors are playing to. Theater in the round forces the director and the production team to really think more in a minimalistic way in terms of design and set, because where are you putting set piece? Like, you can put set pieces, but when it comes to we're actually going to switch out our sets and we're going to do a lot of moving things around, where is that happening? Where are you going to do all that? It also creates a really intimate feel, even with a large house like this, because the way it's set up, you can see all parts. So you, even in a big theater, you do feel that you're close to the action. From an actor point of view, and also from a director point of view, when you are working in the round, you really have to hone in on filling up the space and being aware of all levels of space that you're playing in. Which means you are not just thinking in terms of linear, like whether I'm upstage or downstage of someone, whether I'm standing next to someone. You also have to think in terms of high, medium, low, like filling the space vertically, not just horizontally. Now, a theater in the round, someone is always going to not see something. Like, there's just no way that one person is going to have the exact same experience as another person in the audience, because they just can't. Like, you're sitting everywhere. So when people are designing for these plays, when people are staging these plays, they really have to think, okay, how, even more so than like thrust stage and traverse staging, how are we making sure people can see everywhere? In other words, if there's main action happening on one part of the stage, some people aren't going to see it. So can you draw people's attention? Can there be something supporting that action on another part of the stage closer? So stages where a lot of people are moving and talking all at once could probably benefit from a stage like this, because there's always something to look at. In my college years, when I was studying theater, we did a lot of theater in the round, because it just feels so exciting, experimental, and that you have room to play and be just really avant-garde. And I would say, well, just like all plays, all pieces of theater, not every stage works best for every play. And that's what makes theater awesome, is because it is so many aspects coming together, because you're wanting to figure out the best way to tell the story in the best way possible. Which is why it helps to study and read up more about theater history, because if you are staging something, think of it this way: if you have a play that was written, the playwright lived in a days where they used proscenium arches and proscenium stages. So how the playwright wrote it, they were thinking in terms of there's going to be a definite line of delineation between the audience and the actors. Well, what if you took a play that was written in that time period and decided you wanted to do it in the round? So now you have to rethink other parts of the actors, of the writer's intent, because now they might be writing for like one big monologue. Where are we putting that monologue in the round? Where makes the most sense for that space? And how does that change the story? Not just the story, but also how does it change how your audience takes in the story? Now, if you are relatively new to theater, or maybe you've never been to a theater show, um, if you have the opportunity, I hope you would venture out to go see Theater in the Round, because it is a very different experience being in the audience. You feel like you're in the room and spying, almost like a little aquarium type of effect, because you can look around and see so many things happening. So it does create a different experience for the actors and for the audience. All right, well, I hope that helped, and I also hope that that piqued your interest a little bit more. So if you are new to theater, welcome. It is, we keep hearing that it is a dying art form, but I mean, at this point, it's been dying for over 200,000 years, so it's probably here to stay. It is a dynamic art form, and there's always room to tweak and play with every level of what makes theater happen. So venture out, go see something. There's local theater wherever you are. There is local theater. Go see something. Go support your fellow performing artists, and if anything, just support it in any way you can. All right. Until next time, I will see you soon. Bye.